All right, let's get started. For those of you who are joining us live through Facebook, you'll need a mat, blocks, and maybe a blanket for sure. I'm going to start standing today. Oh, let's see if we get that. That's not bad. So it's evening time. Let's just shake off and be present, standing evenly on the four corners of your feet. Welcome yourself on your mat. Take a big breath in, bring the arms overhead. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, center. And exhale, bring the arms back down. Shoulder roll forward, up, back, and down. And then bring the arms straight out. Give little circles. We're going to do some shoulder, heart opener, chest expansion today. And the arms are going to get a little bit of a workout. So we want to warm them up a little bit here. Fingers are flexed. Hands are flexed at the wrist. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then keeping the palms flexed, bring it overhead, touching fingertips together. So it looks like this. And then exhale all the way down, keeping the hands flexed. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, palms flexed. Exhale down. One more time. Full stretch and extension, rib cage in. And then drop and release. One thing to keep in mind as we extend up and open this front part of the body, and the ribs want to poke out, we want to anchor the ribs back down. So you've got some support in your low back, especially when we open the heart, the chest. So we open the shoulders, but bring the ribs back in and keep the heart open. That takes some concentration to do that. Let's bring the arms out again. Little circles going to the rear or the opposite direction that you did before. Full breath in, full breath out. So we start working on building some heat in the body, in the arms especially right now. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then flex the palms down and touch the hips. Inhale, overhead, keeping the flexion like this. So you're going to be hitting the back of the hands and then back down. Inhale, open, exhale, back down, keeping the hands in that same position. So it looks awkward. That's okay. And then release it. Shoulder roll once again, and then take the feet just a little bit wider on your mat. Take the hips side to side and make a circle. Keeping the legs relatively straight, and the torso and hips are moving in the opposite direction, and then reverse the action. Full breath in, full breath out. Once more around, and we'll take a little bit of a twist. So this is going to be a flow, not stopping, we're not stretching, we're flowing. Dynamic movement. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You can close your eyes, keep the eyes open, keep your head steady, focus and gaze forward, or your head moves with the body. So decide which of those options works the best for you. Experiment a little bit. And then go ahead and draw inward by closing the eyes and letting the periphery, whatever's happening outside, fall away. Let's go 4 more, 3 more. And then we'll go and shake it out again. We're going to keep the legs open and bring the arms to match. So come up into a high V, curl the palms, fingers in, and keep the thumbs extended. So the fire is the fire element. And we'll take a Kapalabhati breathing pattern. So arms in a high V, legs in a wide stance. Breathe in and begin. The exhales through the nose. There's a strong push outward to expel the air. So it's a forced exhale, passive inhale. 54 of these. 30. 40. 50. Exhale all the air out. Bring the thumbs together, extend the fingertips up. Well, it looks like this. Exhaling the air out, and then inhale fully, completely. Hold the breath for about 20 seconds with a pelvic floor lift. It's a Mula Bandha. All the way up through the spine, through the crown of the head. And then exhale and release the arms back down to your side. Shoulder roll. We'll do a second set of Kapalabhati fire breathing. Inhale. Bring the arms overhead. Prepare by bringing the 4 fingers in, thumbs extended, and then begin. 10. 20. 30. 40. 50. Exhale all the air out. Completely inhale. Bring the thumbs together, extend the fingers, and hold the breath in. And exhale, release. If that's creates a feeling of I'm going to topple over or pass out, please sit down when you're doing that breath exercise. Let's take the toes out then and just bend. Utthata Konasana, or goddess pose. Hands on the thigh. So you have a slight leaning in or forward, and then we'll drop the right shoulder forward. We open through the inner thigh and bring it back to center. There goes my back. A little bit of a crack action. Twist the opposite shoulder forward. Inhale back to center. Tuck the tailbone, ribs anchored in, and take the arms wide. Open over to one side. Inhale, come back to center. Big stretch and elongation. From hip to rib, armpit to fingertips, center, and then over again to the first side. Center, inhale, pass right through to the other side. Let's go one more time. Sit a little bit deeper. So we're actively building a fire in the quadriceps right now. And then bring it center, lower the hips even more. Raise both heels off the ground. Exhale, lower the heels and straighten the legs. Just bring the arms overhead. High V. Turning the feet parallel. Exhale, take a forward bow. And bring the hands to the floor or possibly a block. Bend the knees and bring the back flat. Widen the thighs. Hike the hips back. You're going to feel a little drop in the rib cage. So you can hollow the low back. So from the side point of view, I'm really creating an arch here in the low back, and the belly is extended towards the floor. Then we're going to just pull the ribs in and then release. So you keep the knees bent, pull the ribs in, exhale, and then release. Inhale. Pull the ribs in, exhale, release on the inhale. Twice more. So as you pull the ribs in, you're going to feel that little tailbone, the tailbone tuck and the head bow slightly forward. So we create a connection there, tail to head. And then it's release in the opposite direction. Lift the hips, drop the head to the floor. So bring the elbows or forearms to the mat. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, extend through the spine, jump the feet together. And then exhale, walk your feet back. And your hands forward into a downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Note the stance of the shoulders and the arms. If your hands are too close, you're going to feel more pectoralis muscle. And maybe a little more movement in the shoulder, but I would advise to bring the arms shoulder width apart so your thumb, crease, and pointer finger are even with the armpit. And exhale back one more time. And exhale back. We'll bring the knees to the floor, chest and chin, Ashtangasana style, elbows lifting. And then release into the floor, or the whole hips, front side of the legs, and into a low cobra. And then press it back into a child's pose. We'll review our sun salutation or these movements. You'll draw the hands back. We'll put it together. Following me. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Press through the shin. You lean forward slightly. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Engage the ribs together. Exhale, bow forward. Plant the hands. Inhale, scoop through. Chest to chin, chest and chin to the floor. Low cobra. Exhale, back into child's pose. We'll repeat this twice more. So drag the hands back. Behind the feet, toes, inhale, open the heart. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweeping motion, arms overhead. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, scoop forward in chest and chin, touching into low cobra. Exhale, child's pose. That'll be the last time through. Bringing the hands back. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, bring the hands together. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale. Travel. Just skimming the surface of the mat into low cobra. Turn the toes under and take a downward facing dog. Press one heel, walking the dog. Bending opposite knees, so we stretch the calf out and then switch sides. The right leg is straight, left knee bends, and we get a nice extension through the whole back side of the body. And switch. Walk your feet to your hands. Inhale to a flat back, tabletop position. Maybe soften the knees. There's no reason to hyperextend or keep the legs locked here. So the shin pushes into the hands, hands into the shin, and that will dynamically extend the spine even more. There's nowhere else for it to go. Inhale, let's come all the way to standing. Palms together at your heart center. Ooh. Bring the hands together, crossing at the tips of the knuckles, the thumb, extended fire thumb element, Vajra Pradama, unshakable trust mudra. Think about what you're determined to accomplish today or tomorrow. Pick one thing, a 20-minute to 40-minute, 45-minute call that you need to make, or sit down at the computer, invoicing. I think of all the things that need to happen, or that creativity, or writing the letter, something that may be on your mind that you have put off, whatever bubbles up. Imagine that already done. What does it feel like to have had already accomplished or completed that task? And then what does that open you up for? So it's determination, courage, move forward in completing that task, and take time or commit with determination that it will get done, either in the next 24 hours. Okay, inhale, let's bring the arms overhead. This powerful time that we're in, springtime, is all about moving forth, like springing up out of the ground and the mud. And the heart is like just sometimes takes a little bit more effort to get going. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, hook the thumbs and take it back. Big stretch through the front body. Exhale, inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. The top of your mat. Inhale, step the right leg back and gently bring the knee to the floor. So we're going to straighten the front leg and then bend. Just getting a little bit more movement in the hip. Ooh. Through the shoulders. And then step all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale to a top of a push-up, knees, chest, and chin to the earth. This is called Ashtangasana. We did it before. It opens the heart, the shoulders. Inhale to low cobra. Exhale back to downward facing dog. We'll do it several times today in our practice. And I don't want you to get discouraged. It sometimes can be a daunting task, but generally, when you get the right connection or the right alignment, it's a lot easier. So we'll review that next time through. Raise the right leg. Inhale, step all the way to the top of your mat. Bring the back knee to the floor gently. And we'll move through this hip, going forward and back. Inhale and exhale. Last one, raise the back knee, push off with your back foot and step forward. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then come all the way to standing. We've just gone through a sun salutation. Again, reaching overhead, clasp the wrist with one hand, making the seal of consciousness with the other, over to the left. Inhale, center, over to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, going back. Inhale, center, and exhale. Take it into a forward bow. Inhale, extend. Stepping the left leg to the back edge of your mat. We're going to keep the front, or take the back knee to the floor, and then bring the hands to the front thigh. Reaching overhead if you'd like, both arms coming. Extending. Exhale, both hands to the floor. And step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, top of a push-up, knees, chest and chin to the earth, low cobra. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Raising the left leg, inhale, step all the way through. Bringing the back knee gently to the floor. Inhale, raise the arms again. Or hold gently, hands to the thigh. We'll sweep it around, push off with the back foot and step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's come all the way to standing. Root down to rise up, palms together at your heart center. And take a breath. Hopefully we're getting our heart rate up. So we're going to, the idea is to create some burning in different muscle groups. So we fire up and burn through the resistance of the water and earth quality, that muddy springtime lethargy, and get ourselves moving. Okay, inhale, arms overhead again. Exhale, forward fold. Right leg steps back. Spin the heel to the floor and come into side angle. Sweeping motion with the right arm. Almost parallel the front thigh here. We're reaching forward. Inhale, let's come into a reverse warrior. Touching down, right hand, left arm reaches up. And coming back into side angle. Touch the earth, right arm to the sky. Inhale, reverse it. And exhale into warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Inhale. Exhale, bend. We'll clasp the hands around the base of the spine. Knuckles towards the floor, reaching the heart upward. Exhale, take a forward bow. And humble warrior. Again, the objectivity here is to burn out, right? So there's going to be a lot of intensity in the front thigh as we do that. Drop the hand and reach the right arm overhead. Exhale it all the way to the earth. Step all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, top of a push-up. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, low cobra. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, step all the way through into a warrior three. So we're going to push off with the back foot, lift the back leg hip height, and then take the arms into a jet airplane. So possibly bending the standing leg and then really extend it out, straightening. The arms can stay here in jet airplane or forward. And then we'll lift all the way to standing and bring the palms together at your heart center. We'll do the second side. Inhale, arms reaching around and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left leg steps to the back edge. Spin the back heel to the floor. So now we have right angles going on left foot to right heel. Elbow to the thigh, coming into side angle. Reach the left arm up and over. Hopefully your heart rate's getting up and you're breathing. Make that breath work very supportive, rhythmic, inhaling and exhaling deeply. Deep diaphragmatic breath, Ujjayi. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale, reverse the warrior. And then coming back through warrior two. Exhale, side angle, touch the earth. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, back into warrior two. Bring the hands behind, clasping knuckles to the floor. Inhale, open to the heart, to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. There we are. So a deep bend in the front knee. We're hovering heart above or even with the thigh, not touching until we get really fatigued in the right leg. Doesn't take me long. And if you need to go a couple more breaths, you can. Drop the right hand to the floor, outside your right ankle, and the left arm comes up. Inhale, exhale. Plant the hand and step all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, top of a push-up. The knees come to the earth. I'll workshop this Ashtangasana. If you know it, go for it. But you're going to create an invisible line from one thumb to the other. That's the line that the chest, mid-chest, is going to land on. Okay, not upper chest, not lower chest, mid-chest. So you have to dive forward, bending at the elbow, lifting the chin to land lightly there. And then release the hips, thighs to the floor into low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Most people miss the mark by trying to come down and put their chin where the thumbs are. That's not possible. Everybody's anatomy is different, so find how far forward you need to lean with your chin or lead until the chest can touch the earth. That's going to be different for everybody. So you have to experiment up a little bit. Left leg to the, and then we're going to hit the warrior 3 tone. So pull the leg all the way through. Step all the weight onto your left foot, right leg lifts. Inhale, lifting the arms, jet airplane. We're going to take a little flying leap. It helps if you don't have hair in your face. And then take the arms forward, balance, challenge. Inhale, rise up and bring the hands back to the heart center. Whew. From here, we'll step the right leg to the back edge of your mat, coming into a high crescent lunge. Arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, lean forward and a bow. And inhale, lift. Exhale, bow forward. We're creating a long line of energy through the crown of the head and the heel in opposition to each other. Inhale, instead of lifting the head, lift the ribs first. Let the ribs lead. So as you upright yourself, the back leg stays strong. Ribs are hugging in. Arms come overhead. Interlace the fingers behind the skull and draw the elbows towards each other. So we get a little squeeze here. That's the direction. And pull the arm bone back into the shoulder socket. Press the head into the hand and stretch open. At the same time, we're pushing the heel back. So don't let your knee wane. It's not like this. The energy is pulling in 2 directions. Elbows high, heel extended. And then release the arms overhead. And exhale over to your left side. So now we're in final twist. Left hand comes down and open to the sky. Big opening for the front body. One more breath. Stay there. And come back into the twist. And send it forward. Right hand to the floor, left arm. Now reaching up to the sky. Full breath in, full breath out. We're going to come back up into the twist and circle the arms into a warrior 2. Reverse the warrior just like we did earlier. And then cut them into side angle. Touching the floor. This time as you come, instead of we're going to take a bound side angle. My words aren't coming out. Blah, blah, blah. So instead of doing humble warrior, so we'll bring the right arm all the way around to your back pocket or inner thigh. Reach beyond the thigh and then bow forward underneath. You're going to take a hold of the hand and then open the chest to the side wall again. Whew. Again, there's that burnout on the leg. Unwind, touch the earth, reach the right arm to the sky. We're going to come out into warrior 2. So lifting up out of this posture back into warrior 2. And then you get to straighten the front leg. Powerful. Triangle pose. Shift and a tilt. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Very nicely done. Take the right hand to the floor as you bend the front knee. We're coming back into a low lunge. Step back into downward facing dog. Inhale to a top of a push-up. Exhale, the knees, chest and chin to the earth. Low cobra. Exhale back into downward dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Now we're going to bring the knee, chest and chin to the earth again, but now we have one leg elevated. So it's a forward. We hydraulically lower the knee gently, aim the chest right in between the thumbs here, and then kickstand. So now we're in a swan dive. Put the heel above the knee. That's the pressure point, not on the knee. And then anchor the ribs towards the hip as you extend the arms out. And we're going to come back out of this in a push-up. Reverse the same way we came in. Extend all the way up the right leg. Unless you wanted to do that in cobra and then come into a three-legged down dog. Step the right leg forward. Shift the weight. Warrior three. Reaching forward and back. Hold steady. 3 deep breaths. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Strengthen, strengthen, strengthen. 2 more breaths. You can do it. Hold it steady. 1 more. Then raise the torso, starting with the ribs pulling in, and let the leg lower down as an afterthought. And you're back to where we started. Let's see if we can put that all together in a sequence. On the other side, inhale. Arms coming overhead. Clasp the wrists. Let's take it up and over. Side body stretch. You should feel like the taffy is being pulled and it's warm. Up, exhale to the other side. Inhale, center, hook the thumbs. Exhale to the inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the left leg back. And then pull the ribs in as we rise up into a crescent lunge. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift, ribs first. Head afterthought. Exhale, bow. Inhale, ribs in, arms overhead. Clasp the hands behind the skull. Press the head into the hand. And stretch the elbows away from the back heel. You want to feel like you're trying to stretch a piece of sheet metal in those 2 directions. The stronger you lift up with the elbows, the more you have to press back with the heel. And then release the arms overhead and exhale into a twist. And now we're facing the right side. Right hand comes behind to touch the left leg. Inhale, square the shoulders and find that extension. A little more open this time. And we're opening the right shoulder quite a bit. Back into the twist. Shifting forward, coming into side, twisting side angle or evolved side angle. This is a little break somewhat. We get to open the hip here on the right side, right arm lifting. I like to circle the arm. Sometimes feels super good. I'll lift it right back up into the twist and then revolve it into a warrior 2. Reverse the warrior. Exhale, side angle touchdown. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, bound side angle. So we touch the fingers to the earth. Bring the top arm all the way around. So we open the shoulder. That's a big circle. Turn the palm so it faces out and then reach to your back pocket. We'll go underneath the leg with the front arm and clasp the hands together at the wrist and open the heart. Burning out the right thigh for sure. Should be feeling this pretty deeply right now. Stay in the strength, unwind, gently release right hand to the floor, left arm to the sky. Inhale, we're coming all the way back up and then straightening the front leg. I don't know about you, but my legs are super on fire right there. Reach forward, tilt, coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Full breath in, full breath out. Exhale, let's bring the left hand down. Coming into a low lunge, step back, downward facing dog. Left leg elevates. Oh no, that's not true. We're just going to come forward and then take Ashtangasana, knees, chest and chin to the floor. Remember, you're going to move forward far enough that your chest touches and your chin reaches forward. Low cobra, and then back into our downward facing dog. With the left leg elevated, we'll come into swan. So you bring the right knee to the floor. Shift the weight. Drop the chest and chin. And then kickstand the back leg with a bent right leg. Arms out or to the floor. So your choice here. And then I'll show you that other release is coming into the low cobra. And then back into a three-legged down dog. Left leg elevates, step through, warrior three. Arms forward. Hold steady. If you've got a wall or a table, that's helpful. And then see if you can do it on your own. Holding 3 deep breaths, that's already 1. 2, you're holding it a second time, a little bit longer. 1 more breath, stay in the pose. And then lift, raise with the ribs, holding you up, your core on fire. So you can stay upright easily and gently. Inhale the arms. Nice job. Exhale, take a forward bow. Inhale to a half lift. And then just step back into a plank. And here we're going to take a regular chaturanga. You can bring the knees to the floor or not. Lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, knees to the floor. Press your heel into child's pose. 3 deep breaths here. And then come up right. And we'll take 2 more postures back to back. One is the Swan Dive, and then we're going to go into a 3-legged down dog with 1 more leg off the ground. So from 3 to 2-legged down dog. So you can watch this first time through and then take it, or do it with me. I will talk you through. We've already done the Swan Dive, so we come on to hands and knees. Make sure your hands are a little bit more forward from your shoulders. So it's a wide stance, the length from hand to knees, not a short stance like this, okay? Pretty big wide stance. Take your right leg out. Inhale, exhale, hamstring curl. Inhale, press up through the heel, and then extend the leg back out. You're going to hold the knee higher than the hip if you can, and ribs pull in towards your center. Shift the weight forward, down, diving into the Swan Dive. We're going to keep the hands here on the ground, shoulders peeled back, rib anchored, then pull yourself back up from the ribs and push the hands into the earth. Turn the toe under into a 3-legged down dog. Right here. So we sort of rolled all the way back up here. Walk your hands in slightly, bend the knee, open the hip. And now we happen to be in 3-legged down dog. We're going to go to 2-legged down dog. So shift your hips back to center and then open. So they're rotated, yes, but not shifted to the left. You want your left hand to be free. I'm going to take my left hand to the middle of the mat and then possibly lift it and see if you can hold that 2-legged down dog, or possibly catch the foot and press. hold. Lay around with that just a little bit and come back. Hands to the floor. Step your right foot forward and come into a low lunge. Right arm inside the right leg. Gently drop the back knee and bring your elbow to the floor. We'll go for a deeper stretch through the inner thigh. Bending your back knee, reach around, clasp the top of the foot and draw the heel to the glute. Now that reach is going to be pretty intense, so you may want to come up onto the left hand instead of being on the elbow. I'll give you some space. We're not looking at a pose and saying that's not possible. What we're looking at is what's possible. So breaking it down, reducing it so the effort matches the need for the body, right? Matches what's going on for you. Let's take it all the way back into downward facing dog. In other words, don't go too far, too fast, too soon, or give up hope for things yet to come. Right? It's all a practice. Take your left leg back and raise it hip height. Bend the knee, hamstring curl. You want to get the hamstring engaged, so push the heel up to the sky, maybe an inch or so. Pull the ribs in. So the heel goes up, ribs pull in. Don't let them go in opposition to each other, as in this. I'm not dropping the ribs to get the heel higher. Pulling ribs in and getting the heel higher, and then extending the leg. Bring the chest and chin to the earth. Kickstand back into swan. Remember, keep a vigilant watch on the ribs. And we're going to come out same way we came in. Bring the back toes under, come into three-legged down dog. Or you could take that through low cobra and then all the way into downward dog. Raising the left leg, bend the knee, rotate through the hip and keep the hip centered. So your right foot is slightly turned out. Left hand roots down into the mat. And then bring your right hand mid-mat. As soon as the right hand lifts, your ribs, if they're not engaged, you're going to fall over, right? Even if they are engaged, there's that tipping action. We're just finding the balance, the timing, the energy. Press the foot into the hand once you catch it, if it's possible. Lots of strength in the arm. And replant the right hand. Step the left leg all the way through to a low lunge. And let the hips lower. Back knee to the earth. Bring your forearm to the mat. And hold gently. This is a deep hip flexor stretch and also hamstring. If we bend the back knee, we can turn this into a quad stretch. And some of you are going to feel it just bending the knee. Make sure you're on top of the quad and not on the kneecap. So that means you have to have a good space between the back knee and the front heel. I've got about 2 feet. Okay, if they're too close, you're going to be on top of the knee. It won't feel good. I'm going to reach around, catch the opposite hand, 2 foot, and draw the heel in. Release gently. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Let's come to a kneeling position. Take your feet around. And a seat. We're going to boat it for 1 minute on our elbows. Opening the heart, broadening through the chest. Pull the ribs in and the lower belly towards the spine. Bring the heels and toes off the earth and bring the shins parallel to your mat. Inhale here, exhale, touch right toe to floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left toe, touch. Inhale, lift. And alternating right toe touch. Lift and left. And lift again. Don't let go of the rib cage. So we're not arching the low back. Stay steady. No movement in the torso. That means you have to anchor the rib towards the hip. Shoulders remain open. Now both toes touching. And both knees lifting. Exhale. Both knees lifting. Exhale, touch. Both knees lift, extend the leg. And bring the knees in. Extend the legs, exhale. Bring the knees in. Twice more. Knees in, last one. You can do it, you can do it. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then release. Knees into the chest and roll all the way onto your back. And give it a drop side to side through the hip. And a roll side to side through the neck. I don't know about you, but my neck really feels that one because it has to hold the head when we're in that position and that diagonal or the angle part. Let's keep the right knee into the chest and just extend the left leg out. Rotate through the right ankle in both directions. Extend it to the sky. Press the back of the hamstring into the hand. And then draw the shin a little closer towards the forehead, forehead towards the shin. Out to the side. And then cross ankle over knee and draw the knee in. For a nice deep stretch through the hip. Feels excellent, amazing. Roll the head side to side, make sure the jaw gets into the relaxation game. Head, neck, and shoulders. And then release the left foot to the floor. We're going to shift it over to the right slightly. Beginning the twist, guide the knees over to your left. You reach the right arm out, look over the shoulder. And let's come out slow and gentle. Replanting the feet to the floor. Let's take both legs and into a wide straddle angle position here. Hands on top of the calf. Turn the toes or rotate the toes towards the earth, the heels to the sky. And press the energy from the hip all the way out through the balls of the feet, or the energy running straight line of energy through the legs. Get back in. Right leg to the floor. Root down through the thigh bone. And draw the left knee into the chest, making a circle with the ankle. Extend the left leg to the sky. You're going to hold behind the hamstring and push the leg forward into the hand. You get to lengthen the low back. And if you'd like, gently draw the shin towards the forehead. Forehead to the shin. And then out at the diagonal. 45-degree angle out from the hip, from the shoulder as well, and from the floor. Some friends will like this a lot better if you're bending your right knee versus keeping the right leg all the way to the floor. And just see what works the best for you. No right or wrong. There's just what feels right in your body at this time. We'll cross the left ankle over the right thigh and bring the knee in towards the shoulder. You're going to thread your left arm through that triangle figure 4 shape that you just made. Gently draw the knee towards the shoulder. For a good hip stretch. And then bring your right foot to the floor. Walk it over to the left and guide the knees gently. Right side. Keep the breath full and even on the inhale and the exhale. And back to center, you'll unfold the legs, back into a wide V. Take the soles of the feet, pull them in with the bent knee into happy baby. So the feet are facing the sky, the shins are parallel to each other, perpendicular to the floor. They're actually a vertical line straight up. And from here, any version of shoulder stand. If you've got a block, I would highly recommend a supported shoulder stand where you have a block supporting the sacrum and the legs drawn up. If you'd like to do this against the wall, that's a possibility as well. A full shoulder stand, raising the hips up over the torso, off of the cervical spine. So the weight and energy is in the shoulders first, and then the elbows. If there's too much weight in the elbows, you'll find the back is rounding quite a bit. So come back onto the block with the hip if that's the case. 10 breaths in our inverted position, either supported shoulder stand or shoulder stand. And bring the legs overhead. If you are in the shoulder stand, and take plow. Again, watch that there's no pressure on the cervical spine. And lower. Back to your block. And bring the feet to the earth. Remove the block, place your hands where the block was. Right flat on the floor, palm to the earth. And let the hips rest on the wrist as you extend the arms out. You'll be seated on the hands. Broaden the shoulders, press the elbows into the mat and turn this into a fish pose if possible. So fish pose is lifting through the heart, the hands supported, the head barely touching the earth, opening the chest, chin, shoulders, and then release it. Release the hands and get ready for Shavasana. We have a good 5 minutes that we can be here in Shavasana. I'll take a moment to release any tension, like the shakedown, where you plant the heels and then take the toes and pulse action. So the whole body is in a wiggle. It's just doing a shakedown. And then relax the legs, maybe side to side. Relax the arms. Definitely relax the head. And the arms can rest gently at your side, palms open, or on the belly or heart and belly if you like. Closing the eyes, allow yourself this time to zone inward. Notice any tension in the jaw, neck, face. If you're not sure about it, go ahead and tense it up. And then relax the eyes, the cheekbones, the ears. And the ears melt towards the floor. And the separation of the eyebrows as we smooth across the forehead. Moving down to the shoulders and arms. Again, notice if there's any tension. Relax it completely. If you're unsure, you can make a concerted effort to, on purpose, contract the muscle and then on purpose, release it. Relax the belly. Relaxing the hips, the legs, and all the muscles that surround the kneecap. To relax, and the heaviness drops the legs slightly in an outward rotation. So the feet point slightly out, again, in a rested position. Toes, legs, arms, from head to toe, toe to head. Let yourself relax and release. Lengthen your in-breath. Let the belly rise and fall with the exhale. Sending the energy through the fingers and toes, and begin to articulate the muscle around the skeletal structure. So you find movement in the way of a rotation or just side to side. Pull the knees into the chest and gently roll to one side, side lying position. Take a moment to give yourself an acknowledgement of gratitude for your determination, setting yourself up to really move through the body and connect at a deeper level for showing up. Make that 24-hour commitment, whatever it was, that 20 to 45 minute commitment. And set yourself up with determination to complete it. And come to a seated position on your mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale with a sigh. Bring the hands together at heart center. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace in your heart, peace in your family and community, and peace in the world. Namaste.